What's going on, everybody? Crypto Headquarters here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about some exciting news surrounding the Ripple cryptocurrency and the Ripple project. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the first pilot test that was announced using the Ripple XRP cryptocurrency and what the results of that test were. Additionally, we're going to be talking about the partnership between the South Korean exchange known as Coin One, what this means, why it's important, why you should care, and what both of these stories and news updates and announcements mean for the future of the Ripple cryptocurrency and the Ripple project. Now, with this, I do want to jump into the disclaimer, which states none of the information in today's video is investment or financial advice. This is just simply my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose, and consult a financial advisor if necessary. As for transparency purposes, I do not hold Ripple, and I'm not invested into Ripple at the time of making this video. But with all that said, let's jump right into it. Though Ripple has not been doing great price-wise these past few days as the cryptocurrency market as a whole takes a few steps back, at the same time, Ripple has continued to release its constant stream of updates, news, and announcements in regards to its project, which is one of my favorite things about Ripple, as I'm always in the know to what they're doing and what's going on at any point in time. So with this, before we move forward with today's video, I do want to explain a key differentiation between two of Ripple's core technologies, including XCurrent and XRapid. I'm not going to be talking about XVIA because it's not super important to what we're talking about today and the news that we're going to be covering. However, you guys can look at XVIA and research XVIA on your own, as it is important to the foundation of Ripple and what they're trying to do. But moving forward, I want to talk about XCurrent and XRapid, as I previously mentioned. So XCurrent is what banks use to process global payments for their customers, and if we hit learn more over on the Ripple website, we're going to see that XCurrent is Ripple's enterprise software solution that enables banks to instantly settle cross-border payments with end-to-end tracking. Using XCurrent, banks message each other in real time to confirm payment details prior to initiating the transaction and to confirm delivery once it settles. So that is a bit of a mouthful there, but keep in mind that XCurrent is the technology, or the enterprise software solution as they call it, that allows banks to instantly settle cross-border payments and transactions. So think of XCurrent as the technology that actually allows the transfer of funds. Now, there's more that goes into this, including end-to-end tracking and the confirmation of delivery and messaging between banks, but it truly is the technology that allows these transactions to happen almost instantly between bank to bank. Now, over on XRapid is all about liquidity. So payment providers use XRapid to source on-demand liquidity. So XRapid is for payment providers and other financial institutions who want to minimize liquidity costs while improving their customer experience. Because payments into emerging markets often require pre-funded local currency accounts around the world, liquidity costs are high. So XRapid is then for these payment providers who want to minimize the liquidity costs associated with their customer experience. So because many places around the world require pre-funded local currency accounts, liquidity costs are high, and by utilizing XRapid and the XRP cryptocurrency, you can dramatically lower the capital requirements associated with liquidity. So that is the differentiation between the two. Technology behind transfers at XCurrent, XRapid equals liquidity. Now, the reason that this is important is because I'm going to be talking about the Ripple results of the first pilot test run utilizing the XRP cryptocurrency. Notice how in the title of the article it says using the XRP cryptocurrency. Now, the reason that I bring this up is because there's a key distinction that has to be made. There needs to be a distinction made between the technology behind Ripple and the XRP cryptocurrency. So when you see all these announcements between all of these companies, businesses, and corporations that Ripple is partnering up with, what they are utilizing is the Ripple payment protocol. What they are not utilizing, at least for the most part, is the XRP cryptocurrency. So Ripple's payment protocol and their inter-protocol ledger and any technology that Ripple has behind it can be utilized without using the XRP cryptocurrency. Now, there is significant advantages to using the XRP cryptocurrency, namely in terms of the liquidity aspect that we're going to be going over, especially with XRapid in this article. However, the reason that this is big news is because we are seeing companies finally adopting and testing the XRP cryptocurrency within the widely adopted already payment protocol and the technology behind Ripple. So I do want to point that out. So what was this pilot actually about? Well, a London-based foreign exchange known as Mercury FX was one of the companies that volunteered to be a part of the pilot pilot. Now with this, what happened is actually very positive news for anybody who's a fan of Ripple, and it just reassures the technology at hand. So the exchange rates were very competitive and the transaction times were unbelievable, said Alistair Constance, director of Mercury FX, which participated in one of these pilots. It was lightning fast compared to using the correspondent banking network SWIFT, the interbank messaging platform that connects more than 11,000 financial institutions today. So you already have the director of Mercury FX saying that the exchange rates were competitive, the transaction times were unbelievable, high praise from him or the director themselves. And at the same time, they go ahead and we even get a direct quote comparing it to the banking network SWIFT that, as it stated, it's a messaging platform that has a large market share connecting more than 11,000 financial institutions today. But the fact that we got that direct comparison shows that there may even be thought that Ripple is going to take a large share of Swift's market, and that we could even see other exchanges like Mercury FX adopt Ripple fully and even move away from Swift in the future. So Swift certainly has its vulnerabilities, and we're going to be getting to that in the future, but at the same time, Ripple is doing very, very well in terms of transactions per second, beating out Swift, as we're going to get into in a minute, and just having a product that works. Constant confirmed numbers revealed in a statement this morning by Ripple that showed 40 to 70% reduction in cost compared to other foreign exchange providers, and an average payment time of 2 minutes compared to 2 to 3 days for typical cross-border payments. So not only is this a game changer for Ripple, but it's also a game changer for the companies involved. So Mercury FX can take advantage of this in a huge ways, because it shows that not only are they reducing costs by 40 to 70%, astronomical numbers when you talk about reducing costs for a business. It makes other business not even competitive with them. But at the same time, when you move the average payment time of 2 minutes down from 2 to 3 days, there is nobody in the space that's going to be able to compete with your product here, especially when the rest of the market is stuck still, from we talk about cross-border payments, from 2 to 3 days. And this is compared from one foreign exchange provider to another. And obviously Mercury FX is one of the first on the boat for this, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the industry follow suit after if this were to be adopted in the way that I think it will be. So the part of the transfer that relied exclusively on Ripple XRP's ledger took on average 2 to 3 seconds, according to the statement. Now moving forward here, there is some extra substance to this article as well. So the ledger can theoretically conduct only 1,500 transactions per second compared to Visa's 24,000 transactions per second. While Swift's total capacity is less clear, conducts about 30 million transactions per day, or about 350 per second. So we know that Swift does conduct 30 million transactions per day. However, the actual capacity, or the most amount of transactions they can actually do per second, is less clear as it's in the article, as we don't know what would happen if, say, they had 100 million transactions, if they could actually scale up to that. So that is a bit less clear. For Mercury FX as part of the pilot, what actually happened, what the specific testing is what happened was they send $100 per day for 7 days to a nonprofit in Mexico, and instead of the donation going through the traditional correspondent banking system, which, as we have stated, would have taken 2 to 3 days, would have had a lot more fees and costs associated with it, they transmitted it almost instantly via XRP and converted it to Mexican pesos when it reached the destination. So the reason that this is important is because, again, it utilizes Ripple's XRapid product. So XRapid, which is designed to make it easier for businesses to increase liquidity using XRP, is what this pilot was all about. So as I've stated earlier, Ripple's XCurrent and Ripple's protocol is actually become relatively widely adopted within the banking space, or at least within cryptocurrency and blockchain tech. When we talk about partnerships, Ripple is certainly up there in regards to seeing real-world adoption, but at the same time, there isn't a lot of adoption for XRapid. Businesses and banks alike are focused on the instant transactions and what XCurrent has to offer, but actually utilizing the XRP cryptocurrency we're not at that stage yet. So to see this first real-world test of not only this working, but to see rave reviews from Mercury FX when compared to other exchanges or foreign exchanges within the industry, I wouldn't doubt to see this be adopted on a wide scale within the next few years, especially as this could be industry changing as well. So when we talk about liquidity, it allows those pre-funded accounts and all of the fees associated with that to basically go out the door, especially since XRP can be converted to Mexican pesos as soon as it's reached its destination, among all the other advantages to using XRP. So it's important to note that the XRapid liquidity product that relies on the XRP cryptocurrency is different from other Ripple products, as I've been preaching throughout this video. Only a relatively small number of institutions are using XRapid, including one of their biggest partnerships, MoneyGram, as well as to others. So for the most part, this is welcome news, because this is the thing that is going to give the XRP cryptocurrency value. So while it's great to see the protocol be adopted, at the same time, what's going to give Ripple value other than speculative investing in the market going up in the future is the fact that there is going to be demand by banks and institutions to actually have Ripple so they can send it wherever they need to send it instantly, and then liquidize those funds into whatever currency. So what's important here and what to take away from this is that the more companies and partnerships that actually utilize XRapid and the XRP cryptocurrency, the more the demand is going to be for this, rising the price of Ripple overall to make all of you investors happy. Now with this, I am going to be going into our next and last article, which is going to be talking about the South Korean exchange Coin1 leveraging Ripple technology in a new cross-border payment system. In other partnership news, South Korean exchange Coin1 has now partnered and is going to be utilizing Ripple technology. So one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in South Korea has recently announced it intends to implement Ripple technology in a new cross-border payment solution. The exchange has joined RippleNet and aims to incorporate Ripple's X-Current solution in a new cross-border payment and settlement system. So, according to a press release announcing the partnership, World Bank data indicates that outward cross-border transaction frequency from South Korea has been increasing over the last decade. The new Ripple-based solution designed for Coin1 called Cross will assist the exchange servicing the exchange's retail customers. So as it's pointed out, there has been more cross-border payments that have been happening in South Korea, whether it be to another country, and those systems in place, the conventional systems, take 2 to 3 days, and there's a lot of issues and a lot of friction within that system. So that is where the Cross system comes into play. The Cross system is designed to address key regional remittance corridors out of South Korea and will make it possible for Coin1 users to send remittance to both friends and family within Southeast Asia using Ripple's X-Current technology. So South Korea and outwards. The X-Current solution is Ripple's enterprise software solution and allows banks and their financial platforms to instantly settle these cross-border payments. X-Current is built around the Interledger protocol, which allows for a wide range of interoperability between different ledgers and networks, so it's not just native to Ripple. Interestingly, cross-border transactions executed by the X-Current solution are completed in seconds, again, as opposed to days taken by traditional financial infrastructure. So many advantages to utilizing what Ripple is calling in this situation the Cross system. So, we are proud to be the first digital exchange in Korea to join RippleNet and implement Ripple's X-Current solution. Ripple's X-Current solution will revolutionize the lives of our customers by providing them with real-time, low-cost global remittance service. So, Coin1 frequently handles more than $80 million in transfers on a daily basis. That means that every single day, $80 million is transferred in and out of South Korea and is able to facilitate these cross-border transactions. So the problem is that the ability to handle more than $80 million in transfers in a low-cost, timely manner is not the easiest thing in the world. So this could potentially increase the number of traders on the platform, drawing in higher volumes by delivering faster remittance speeds than platforms using traditional payments channels for cross-border payments. So there's a lot of advantages for Coin1. So as they're certainly handling the load right now with $80 million, obviously that's a ton of money every single day. You can see how if $80 million is being transferred from one person's account to someone else in Southeast Asia, and all these cross-border payments, the best way to attack this would be to be with the leader industry in settling these types of payments, which would be Ripple and their X-Current solution. So in every way, shape, or form, this is going to allow them to do this in a timely, low-cost manner that is going to allow for transactions that used to take 2 to 3 days in these remittance programs to take mere seconds, especially when Coin1 handles more than $80 million. You can see there is a need that needs to be addressed here. So Moving on, non-traditional companies like Coin1 Transfer and their parent company Coin1 are revolutionizing the way money moves for their customers. We look forward to working with Coin1 Transfer to implement the X-Current as the technology underpinning their new state-of-the-art remittance service. So, again, this is just another adoption piece. Obviously, they don't talk about anything in regards to XRP here. Hopefully, they can potentially utilize this in the future. But right now, this is focused on a remittance program that they are trying to roll out, or a remittance service, as they call it. And this is just going to basically take away the time, the money, the fees, everything that causes friction within the traditional and the conventional remittance service that is offered by Coin1, and utilize Ripple's technology to their full advantage here. And moving on, they talk about Ripple solution adoption surges, and I'm not going to be running through this, but basically there have been a ton of large-scale financial platforms that have recently partnered and joined with Ripple, in addition to companies and exchanges such as Coin1. So whether it's a teacher in the US sending money home to his family in Brazil, or a small business owner in India trying to move money to open up a second store in another country, it's imperative that we connect the world's financial institutions into a payment system that works for the customers and not against them. And this is going to go a long ways in the future, because as it's pointed out here, no matter what the situation is, instant transactions and near feeless transactions, or at least lower fees on the transactions, is going to be the route that the financial industry takes, especially when you talk about banking partnerships. And Ripple has been and will continue to be the leader within this payment system blockchain technology industry in regards to this. So I would only continue to see the adoption increase with Ripple. So just some more reasons that Ripple is doing some awesome things within their platform. They continue to roll out these partnerships. They continue to find businesses and companies that can utilize their technology to the fullest. And in my opinion, we're only beginning to see the beginning of this new surge of adoption for Ripple. So we talked about two main stories in today's video, both of which have some implications on the future of Ripple. So again, to recap, we talk about the pilot testing results and those coming back to be astonishingly positive, and that is good news overall, because the more companies, businesses, financial institutions, bank that adopt the Ripple protocol and then henceforth adopt XRapid, we are going to see the price of Ripple, because I know that's what all of you guys watching this video want to hear, or I know there will be some of you guys that are interested in the technical aspect, but how this impacts the Ripple cryptocurrency is the interesting part here. And what it's going to do is, the more demand there is for XRapid, the more demand there is from financial institutions and businesses and these cross-border payments for the XRP cryptocurrency, the more the price is going to go up. So the more partnerships in the future, the more they utilize the Ripple protocol, the better off the Ripple cryptocurrency is. And when we talk about Coin1, it's just another example that illustrates how Ripple and the Ripple Foundation and Ripple Labs, Ripple Foundation is the nonprofit behind Ripple, but Ripple Labs and the team behind Ripple is continuing to go out and find sensible partnerships that utilize Ripple's technology to its fullest extent, and is only going to continue to lead the industry in this direction. So in the future here, I do expect to see more partnerships of a higher level than these. So we already have pretty big ones announced with MoneyGram. We already have partnerships with Coin1. We already have partnerships with a ton of different financial institutions, businesses around the world. We've seen partnerships, or not partnerships, but the use of the Interledger protocol with Apple. I've done a video on that in the past, and this is only the beginning of the iceberg, guys. We are not even close to the top, or at least to the peak of Ripple adoption. And I hope to see Ripple continue to do well, especially at this $30 billion market cap. I think Ripple is at least over $100 billion in market cap. Hopefully by the time the rest of the cryptocurrency market catches up here and we're able to get more money within the space. Now, we've seen a market cap similar to that when we were at our all-time highs here at about $3.67. We saw a market cap well over $100 billion, but I'm talking about in the short term here in 2018, where we could potentially see Ripple. If we go on another bull run, I would potentially even go out to say we could even soar past Ripple's all-time highs, but they really set, or at least the cryptocurrency really set the bar high there, especially at $142 billion. So maybe we could surpass that here in 2018. Honestly, it would have to take a lot for that to happen, but at the same time, I would not doubt that, because I do think cryptocurrency as a whole will pass, or at least at some point in time surpass $1 trillion before the end of this year, and Ripple could be a main beneficiary of that, especially since we were at $800 billion and Ripple was already at about $3.67. So hopefully a big future ahead for Ripple. It's one of the projects that I think has real longevity within this space, and that's going to conclude it for the video today, guys. That's going to do it for the video today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment down below what you guys' thoughts and opinions on Ripple, where you think they're going with adoption in the future, and what the next big partnership could be. So with that said, I'm going to be jumping into the disclaimer, which states none of the information in today's video is investment or financial advice. This is just simply my personal opinion. Please do your own research before investing. Invest at your own risk. Don't invest more than you can afford to lose. Consult a financial advisor if necessary. Now, for transparency purposes, I'm not invested in Ripple and don't hold Ripple in my portfolio at the time of making this video. So with all of that said, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for the support, and have a great rest of your day.